trying to help them out, even though it's for you. Change the focus, put the mirror someplace else. Sometimes it's easier to do for another than it is for yourself. Research Brooklyn College graduates. It's a good source. Brooklyn College graduates like to work with Brooklyn College students. I'm here. I could work with NYU, I could work with Columbia, I could work with a lot of schools. I've said, no, 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 Brooklyn College. I came from here. Here's what I'm putting my time in. This is what I volunteer. This is what I do. Research Brooklyn College graduates. Figure out how you get to them. Figure out what they could do. Use the Magna Center. It's a great resource. Veronica has pamphlets, page, someplace. I'm going to put it out here.
Yeah, I have them actually
Yeah,
here.
over there. Grab one on your way out so that you can read about what they offer in a way of tutorials and mentorships. Know your competition. Your competition is just not in business. Your competition is everywhere around you. Competition is a good thing. It's never a bad thing. You never lose anything because of competition. You only get better because of competition. It is the driving force behind achievement. And am I on time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do I have any time left?
You still do, yes.
Okay, so, if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts, I'm open, but basically that's my lecture on leadership and a segue into how I achieved what I did. Yeah.
So my question is, since you knew from when you were 5 in fifth grade, that you wanted to go into business, right?
Yeah.
So my question is, did you acquire the leadership skills or did you always have them?
It's a good question, and I had a driving force behind me, and I acquired them because I had this need to achieve. So that's my competitive nature. I had a vision. I knew what I wanted to do, and I was driven. If you see any profession that has achieved greatness, they knew it when they were very young. They just pursued it. Mine is a kind of a segue career because I work for so many different industries. Forget about companies. I work for so many different industries, which is normally not the case. But because my level of achievement has been pretty strong, I've been able to parlay that into a career that has been very rewarding. So I don't know if that answers your question, but that's my answer, and I stand by it. Yes.
Do you think some leadership traits can be taught, or do you have to have a certain?
That can only be taught. Leadership is a leadership.
You don't think you have to have a certain type of personality naturally in order to be a good
Absolutely
leader?
not. Absolutely not. No. Leadership skills can be learned, harnessed, perfected, and they absolutely must be passed on to others. Absolutely. And come work for the newsletter. Yes?
When you were going from company to company, what do you think stood out about you the most? Why did they?
Well, what's the question?
What do you think stood out about you the most? Why do you think they said yes all the time, or offered you the job most of the time?
Because I run, I don't walk. I am energetic. I have spielkes. I can't sit still.
Any fear ever to?
I never took it personal. I never said, what if I lose my job? I couldn't care less. If I was unemployed once. I couldn't, it's never me. It never was me. It's not you. That's just a fact. You get unemployed, you get unemployed. You just got to do it. You're a pro. You drop a ball, you commit an error, It's not you, it's not a defining moment. It's just a thing that happened, and it's unfortunate, but it happened. Of course, I have fear. I can tell you a story about fear, but I was held up at gunpoint on the day I buried my mother, so it was really a bad day. But I never even got a palpitation when they put the gun in my face. I said, take whatever you want. And I was with my wife at the time, and I had nothing on me. I had a wallet that had a lucky dollar bill. Nothing. I gave her thousands of dollars to take care of this thing. They didn't ask her for anything. And they walked away. And I couldn't even care. So I didn't have fear, but when it was all over and I came back to the house, then I cried. I said, oh my God, what a bad day. But I think I cried over my mother more than my mother. So it's a weird thing, but that's a personal thing, but I've never had a fear in business. Not because I'm so strong, but it was never personal, because I know what I bring to the table. So I never thought it was me.
Do you think not having your master's in business would like hold you back from job
Not having
opportunities?
a what?
Like a master's, like if you just had your bachelor's degree, do you think not having a master's would hold you back from certain job opportunities?
A master's is a moneymaker. No, a master's is a moneymaker. Make no mistake about it.
But I'm saying, do you think not having it would prevent you from getting, you know,
Yes,
like,
I think
No,
so.
I don't think that it prevents you from getting ahead. I think that it's a moneymaker. So I don't know how to segue between those two things. But people with, I have a nephew that got his bachelor's degree from Scranton, and he's an accountant. And he's going for his master's degree. He got his bachelor's degree from Scranton, he's going to his master's. PricewaterhouseCoopers gave him a job starting next September for $58,000 to start. The people that have the bachelor's degrees that are starting there are getting 47. So it's a money maker. It's just $1 for you. It doesn't mean that on the job you'll get less than it's just an entry point, because the competition has it. So even though competition is a very, very good thing, you have to make sure that you're in the same ballpark, because in the financial markets, it's almost a given that you have to have a master's degree. No financial firm will take a business major without a master's degree or going for a master's degree. They don't want it. There's too much competition. You go into other companies, maybe. Manufacturing, I don't think it matters. But in financial markets, it is very important. Not in transportation.
Isn't experience like valuable? Like, do you believe like getting a master's is more valuable than like having
Any
more
what?
experience? Experience, like, is very valuable more than, you know, getting your master's. Like, you know.
Yeah,
it's experience.
Cornell will not take a master's candidate unless they have 5 years of post-bachelor work. They only want success stories. So they want people that are out there, got their bachelor's, working in business. If they apply for a master's, they reject them. But 5 years later, they will accept them because they want people like that. That's Cornell's business model. So I don't know how to answer the question. It's a company function. You could find companies that don't want a master's or are willing to hire you with a bachelor's, but may give you a master's at a different comp package. That I know exists. Yep. Okay. So